Alright, what's happening, everybody? In this video, we're going to be doing a book review of The Grim Company by Luke Scull. This is part of the Grim Company Trilogy, the other two books being The Sword of the North and Dead Man's Steel, I believe. And this book, if you guys have watched my other videos, I picked up because it was titled The Grim Company, so I believe that it would be somewhat similar to Glenn Cook's The Chronicles of the Black Company, and that's basically my fault for not doing like any research at all and discovering that it is not like the Chronicles of the Black Company, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The concept of this book is actually pretty unique. It takes place in the 500th or 501st year of the Age of Rune, and it is called the Age of Rune because it's been 500 years since the gods have literally been struck down and killed. Basically, there are these mages who are now mage lords who literally gained enough power to challenge the gods themselves and fought them like in literal like battles and killed them all. And what's interesting is, like, for example, the gods, like when they die, they become part of the environment. They're not necessarily just on like some ethereal plane, which kind of hints at, but when they die, they literally like fell down to whatever planet and are part of the environment now. Now, these mage lords, who are basically quasi immortal now, because they have so much magic power, which they basically absorbed from the gods themselves, and they have to sort of harvest magic from the environment too. The gods' like bodies literally being like a good resource for gathering that sort of thing. They have basically become the mage lords who rule over all the cities of this part of the world known as the Trine. And let's just say not all of them are super benevolent rulers. So here we are in the city of Dorminio, which is ruled over by the mage lord Salazar. We have an emerging resistance group known as the Shards, who are willing to try and take him down, even though he's basically, yeah, like I said, quasi-immortal. Though mage lords can be killed, it's just really, really, really hard. Now, as usual, I'll start with the cons of the book, and this one doesn't have too many, but it has one really, really big one, and his name is Davros Cole. And it just so happens he's like one of the two main perspectives that go on through the book. And he is a young member of the Shards who I just don't like. Literally, he has all these inner monologues intended about how he is literally the hero of this, and I'm going to be the hero, and I was born a hero, and my father was a hero, and blah, 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 blah. And I know it's like kind of shadowing because he's really not a hero, but it's just so obnoxious. I don't know. I did not like it at all. I did not like his story arc at all in the book, and I was just hoping something would really change, because you kind of see what's coming towards the end, and I was like, I didn't even care. It was just like, ugh, Davros Cole, this and that, blah. Plus, he has like some annoying tropey thing. Like at some point in the book, he gets taught by a master assassin in like a month, and now he's like, oh, I'm like a quasi master assassin too, and I'm just like, what? Now, the good thing is the other perspective of the book was super cool, and that is the barbarian Brode Arcane. His storyline, I don't want to reveal anything, is way more interesting, and you actually empathize with him and want to look forward to actually finding out more about him and that sort of thing. Plus, he's got a really cool like friend that is basically sort of indebted to him, though you don't know why, and he's mostly known as just the Wolf, and he's like the gruffest guy ever, but he's super cool too, and they just work really well together and that sort of thing. Even though he's like, you have the different aspects of Brode Arcane where he's aging, and he's got all these like physical ailments, I should say, and that sort of thing, but he's also still a great swordsman and warrior, and those two things just combined really well. And I just wish he was the main emphasis of the book. Though the second book isn't called The Sword of the North, and that's like one of his titles, so hopefully the second book is more of his storyline. Now Luke Scull does have some really good imaginative world building. Like I said, the gods literally become part of the physical environment. For example, when one is struck down, it falls into the ocean, and the area around that place in the ocean becomes really hazardous and dangerous for ships to go out and basically do anything around that point in the world. Also, the gods have the essence of magic, which these mage lords need to continue surviving and grow in strength. And it's almost like a race for a natural resource that a lot of the politics kind of revolves around, is harvesting this magical ore type stuff that all these mage lords are basically competing with each other to make sure that they deprive their peers from, and that they can gather it all for themselves. So overall, this book had a very interesting premise and a very interesting environment. I just really did not connect, and I really despised one of the main characters. But like I said, I'm hoping the next book kind of picks up a little bit with the Sword of the North, and I'm going to go ahead and give the Grimm Company 3 out of 5 stars. If this grimdark novel sounds interesting to you, you should go ahead and try it out. You guys might like Deborah's Cole more than I did. And remember, read victoriously.